And welcome back to Uninvited, where last time we left off we got some things done, got killed a few times, and got ourselves a key to end the video. So what we gotta do is put that key to good use. So we're gonna start by going back to the master bedroom. And I forgot to touch on this earlier, but you do have to know which doors you can and can't open just by seeing what's locked. And the good news is you don't really need a whole lot of keys in this place. I mean, this one actually takes care of most of the stuff you need. There's only about a second one, and that's the one that a weird creature had that was boogieing down to the music. So we're just gonna go ahead and take everything here. You actually don't need to drink anything here because I'm pretty sure everything you take in the bottles kills you. And I don't really feel like putting that theory to testing out that theory. So let's see, what we need to do now is we need to open up these scrolls just to see what they say. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the clue to getting the key. And see, with this one, you just learn like where this gem is. And we are gonna get into that clue soon enough. And this is actually the box that the master's servant was talking about, where it seems to be generating heat, and that was where Draken's star is. So let's see, what we gotta do now is just get down. I think it's this way. Yeah, see, I'm finally actually getting a grasp of the map on this place. And then we get the guy, or watch this guy dance around again. And eventually, they will give you a hint as to what you have to do in order to get that key from him, but I mean, I'll explain it soon enough. We can also open this thing. And see, we can get ourselves a doll. And yeah, it's a very well done gypsy doll, if I say so myself. So let's just go ahead and take that guy. And since we don't need anything else, let's just go ahead and close this. I also do like how you get the chessboard. That's like a pretty nice touch for a game room. So yeah, I'm thinking if I ever make a game room, I should probably use one of those things. But we do have something to do involving that doll, so let's just go ahead and use this spell. And it turns out that gypsy doll can talk. So we got ourselves another spell, and there is one place we're gonna need to use it, but it's not here. So what we gotta do now is we gotta head back to the foyer, and let's see, we gotta just start a fire here. And also the thing with the fires here is that fortunately you only have to worry about one. And if you see with the box that's been shrink wrapped, we can't open it. And I'm pretty sure we can't cut it open or anything like that, but we'll just check. And just be careful not to cut myself here. And yeah, it turns out nothing happened, so what we gotta do is we gotta throw this box in the fire. Because we got a clue that said earlier that Draken's star freezes in fire but burns in ice. And then this is actually Draken's star. And they did have to really censor this game pretty heavily in order to get this into or to make this, you know, playable for the NES, because in the Mac version that's actually supposed to be a pentagram. And they did also censor a bunch of other satanic references, so to say. Like the address of the place, which was like, I think 666 somewhere. But then, that's actually a bunch of stuff you can read up on. And it was also mentioned in the comments that that this was actually the third NES game, but it was actually the second Mac game. And I mean, that's just something, or just some other fun trivia. And with this, that's basically telling you that if you inadvertently took that ruby, you can just get rid of it here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna move up to the middle building, because we are gonna need to water some plants now. And yes, the plants here are very dead. So, like a good guy, let's just go ahead and take this, and then go ahead and use it on the soil. Just because these plants haven't been watered in years, so they could kinda use it. So hopefully everybody's enjoying the Halloween Let's Plays out there. I mean, yeah, see, this is some pointless busy work here, because if you try and use the water can a third time, it turned out it's empty. So what you gotta do is just open the water and then use the water can on it. Which I don't really know the point of it, but then again, if you had the ruby on you, then that would have been causing trouble. And of course we can close that just because we don't want to waste some water here. So let's just go ahead and do this one more time. And now I got fruit to work with. Just because this is an unknown fruit, we're just gonna not go ahead and experiment with eating it. So now that we took care of everything there, we can just go to that building on the right. And just like so. And of course we got guard dogs, always fun. I also like that Indiana Jones reference there. So fortunately we do have a spell to get rid of these guys. So let's just go ahead and Thundee here. And of course that gets the dogs to run away, so that's always good. So let's just go in here and we find ourselves a chapel, which is actually a great place for, I don't know. I mean, a great place when you're in a creepy-ass mansion. And also, speaking of more censorship, this was a goblet, but this was actually supposed to be a cross in the Mac version. And then if you examine the candles, you get this. Also, I did forget to mention in part 1 how snarky the dialogue is, and I think overall Deja Vu had the most snarky dialogue, but I feel like this game is actually more sarcastic in the way. And then I feel like Shadowgate's dialogue was a little bit more insulting, but kind of in a fun way. And also, that gypsy doll did tell us earlier to talk to her pious brother. So what we're gonna do is we are going to Oh Sesame here. And then this is actually gonna be a crucial hint. He must not travel in darkness. So what we gotta do is we gotta take the goblet. And that's a secret passage, but we don't want to use that yet. And the game does a pretty good job of forcing the issue there with you. But I mean, if you do want to do so, then you can after a while. So we do want to light these candles up, and because the statue said he must not travel in darkness, we gotta... Or that's a clue that we need to light these candles up and take them with us. Also, if you try and move down there, you get this. I don't think a bread box can be that big. And then the second time you get that, and then the third time there's that. And then let's just go ahead and go down anyway. Like this. Well, what do you know, it's a giant spider. I mean, even after the game tells you 3 times not to go down there, it's like, you stupid idiot, what do you think you're doing? But anyway, let's just go ahead and... Okay, the candles are burning good. Let's just go ahead and get over here. Yeah, see, now I got this scary-ass ghost to deal with. And if we didn't have the candles lit, then that ghost would have killed us. So that's just something that needs to be done. So now we're in this giant stone labyrinth, and this place can be pretty nasty. But we do need to go here in order to find the gem. And what you want to do is you want to pay attention to these slabs, because they are pretty good clues as to, or they're pretty good markers. And sometimes they do also give you clues as to where you need to go. I mean, not where you need to go, but what you need to do. But right now, I'm taking the wrong way on purpose just because there's something I want to show off. And whenever you see one zombie like this, we got a clue at the beginning that the undead will fear the pendant. So let's just go ahead and use that on him. And that's how you get rid of one zombie. If you're unlucky, you can run into a pack of zombies, and when that happens, you just have to run the hell away. Because there's not much else you can do. And then the reason I came here is because I wanted to show this little Easter egg. And it turns out Ace Harding's luck finally ran out. And whenever you get lost, use Telemaze as a reset in order to just put yourself back at the beginning. So let's just go ahead and get on with this again. And what we need to do is we need to go west some. And it is pretty easy to get lost here, and it can definitely leave you here for hours if you're not lucky. I mean, I'm sure that's happened to plenty other people who have played this game before. And that's the clue telling you to use the pendant on zombies. So let's see, I think I gotta go... Yeah, we gotta go north and then east after going west. And that's gonna be pretty important later on. And that's what I do like, is that this game does a pretty good job giving you clues as to what you need to do, and then they do end up showing up earlier. Let's see, I think I might be going the wrong way here. Although I like that. Fortunately, not yet. And we should be running into another zombie soon. Yep, there he is. So let's just go ahead and zap this guy again. And also what I do like about this particular maze is that, I mean, even if it is pretty difficult, I mean, they do give you plenty of options in order to work with, or of what to work with. I mean, you can, okay, good, I'm going the right way here. Yeah, but like I was saying before, they do give you plenty of tools to work with. Like, you do have options of dealing with zombies, and also those packs of zombies don't follow you, so at least you got that going for you. And also, like a good gentleman, let's just go ahead and leave some flowers here. And we got ourselves a secret passage. And I don't want to go to the right because I know there's a pack of zombies there, so let's just go ahead and not screw with that. So let's see, this is going to be a pretty interesting puzzle because we've got to use key 1 in order to unlock this thing. And now we got 3 animals. So if you do examine each one, you kind of see what's going on here. So you got yourself a cat, a bird, and a snake. So fortunately, well, one animal will always eat the other, but we did get a clue earlier that said that the gem was guarded by a bouncing creature, and we got another clue that said the bouncing creature loves things that can fly. So what we want to do is take the bird, and then it turns out the snake is going to eat the cat. Let's just go ahead and look at this thing. Yeah, that's actually a mistake. I think that's supposed to be the snake. But still. And also one thing to note is that if you took any of the other animals, the remaining animal that ate the other one will end up killing you. Oh crap. Yeah, see, this is a pack of zombies I was talking about, so let's just get the hell out of here. Yeah, keep making that mistake. But yeah, that's kind of the game's way of saving you from yourself. Like, they just decide to kill you instead of letting you progress with the wrong animal. But now let's just go ahead and go. And this is the bouncing creature. I also like with the background the way it is. It kind of looks like it has a mohawk at certain points. Yeah, like right there. Now it looks like it has a mohawk. And of course this thing's guarding the jewel. So if you examine it, yeah, see, it also says that creature reminds you of the moon. So what we're gonna do is just open that cage. And see, eventually this guy's going to go. Although I do like this. Well, there you go. Like, even the game knows that this is complete nonsense, so it just says, well, there you go. So let's just go ahead and take this gem. And since we got nothing else to do here, we gotta telemaze the heck out of here. So let's just go ahead and do that. And now that we got that done, we can actually go here, or just go back. And see, there is something else I want to do before I call it today. And see, what that is I gotta get over to this building. And fun fact, the magisterium is actually the Latin word for school. And it is often used by the Roman Catholic Church that says it's about the teachings of Catholicism or something like that. I don't know, somebody more religious could definitely put more insight onto that than me. But what we want to do is we want to use the jewel on this thing. Yeah, see, great animation there. And then we get the silver orbs that conduct electricity that end up opening the door. And yeah, that's what we got to, or that's what we had to do with that gem. And speaking of weird creatures, we got another one of these things. And you know what, this guy's probably pretty hungry, so let's just go ahead and feed him. And fortunately, we don't have to deal with this guy anymore. And oddly, if you do something other than give it the fruit, then that thing will not kill you. And then that one and the bouncing creature are another ones that don't kill you. Which is at least good considering how many ways you can die in this game. And unfortunately, our character is not very well learned in astronomy, I guess. Although a lot of people do confuse astrology and astronomy, and I'm not an expert on the differences. So let's see, there's only 2 doors we can go in, and this is actually the one we're supposed to go to. Now, we got a hint earlier that said that gold, silver, and mercury form a key, so what we gotta do is we gotta look at the atomic numbers here. So 79, 47, and 80 are what we have to use to open this safe. It says first the secret numbers, last the right button. So let's just go ahead and punch that in. So 79, 47, and 80. At least we got that going for us. So now we got ourselves another jar. And you would think this is where the key is, but it actually has a hard substance. And if we do try and open it, then it's something that won't open. So since this is a hard substance, we definitely have something in order to break that thing open. So let's just go ahead and use an axe here. And this is one of the things that does make the game kind of unintuitive. I mean, you would think to use an axe on something like a big creature or something, but turns out you have to use it to open a cookie jar. But either way, now that we're done with that, let's just go ahead and get going here. And see, we know somebody that can definitely use that cookie. And of course, we got another bird flying by. So let's see, let's just wait for him here. And I think if you keep going back and forth, eventually the game tells you that that creature is probably hungry. I mean, I did mention that before earlier. So what we're gonna do is just feed our little red crazy friend here. Unfortunately, this is the last time we get to hear this music. And it turns out he dropped the key. So that is something we are going to need. So let's see, with that said, we did make some pretty good progress today. We did get through that maze, so I'm just gonna go ahead and save it, and then call the video, so join me next time as I finish solving the mystery, and hopefully bring some peace to this house and save my sister. See you then!